Have you ever wondered why some of your desires are fulfilled and are experienced by you in the outer world and other desires fail to yield the results that you want? Well, this is the question we're going to ask and answer today in this episode. Welcome to the High Performance Consciousness Podcast. My name is Matthew Paddy, and again, I will be your host for today's episode. So let's dive right on in. Now, we've all experienced at some point in our life, whether it's a small desire or a large desire, not being fulfilled, not being experienced in its fullest result, meaning we didn't get what we want. So why does this happen? Well, there are a number of reasons. And I'm going to focus primarily on one, and I'll get to that in a moment. But just remember, going back to previous episodes, that in all the reading, in all the teachings, in all the mastery work that you may have experienced and encountered and engaged outside of this podcast, including this podcast itself, is the first primary focus must be on a burning desire. You must have a burning desire to experience something other than what you are currently experiencing in order for change to occur. It can't be a lukewarm experience. It can't be a lukewarm intention. So it either needs to be cold, which you're not interested in, or burning hot. Somewhere in between is lukewarm, and lukewarm does not yield the results you want. Lukewarm does not equal manifested outcomes. Okay? So that's the first thing to remember. Whatever you want, whether it's bills being paid easily and effortlessly and on time or in advance, or whether it's something larger like a home or a holiday or a partner or health or whatever it may be, you must have a burning desire to experience something new, a new preferred reality in that area of your life. So let's dive into one of the common causes, if not the primary cause, of why your results aren't seen in the outside world, why you do not manifest the desires you seek. So let's think about this as in terms of circuits or circles. So you have a closed circuit and you have an open circuit. Now, I'm not an electrical engineer, so I'm not going to profess that I know all the things about wiring and all the rest, or circuit boards. However, when we think about a command, we think about an intention, we think about a desire, a burning desire. We must have that burning desire and clearly state it as an intention that you seek to experience this result specifically. And the result may not be in the specifics of what you actually experience, i.e. the partner with a certain color hair or the job that's got, a certain car that is assigned to it as part of your package. However, it is the feeling of the specifics, or the specifics are the feeling of the result that you want. So if it is a new career and a new job opportunity, then maybe it's one that where you're working on your own, maybe you've got independence, maybe you've got location independence, maybe you're being paid, a six-figure plus salary, maybe you're working with great people that fill you up, light you up, and that you can engage and contribute to the team. So there's intentions like that are part of the specifics within the intention, within the desire. And so how does that feel? Well, it may feel just like freedom. It may feel like you've arrived and that you're excited. Maybe you feel literally fulfilled and peaceful and happy and inspired, all those sorts of things. So when we speak about closed loop and open loop circuits, let's make it as a circle right now. So you've got a burning desire. You get clear on the intention of what it is you want to experience that is preferred to what you are currently experiencing. We give no reference to what is and what you are experiencing right now. The outside world is but a reflection of the evidence of your past thinking, feeling, and actions. And I've said that many, many times. So we give no credibility, no reference to the outside world, no reference and credibility to what was. We focus on what is now your preferred reality, and therein lean in and become specific on the intention of what we seek to experience. So now you've engaged this intention, and now you can feel the end, and you feel from the end. I've said that many, many times as well. Feel from the end. So you are the experience fulfilled. You are the result fulfilled. So how do you act? How do you think? How do you feel? How do you engage your world internally and externally in this new state of consciousness, in this new state of being? That is what you are setting up at the beginning. Now, if we leave the circuit open, and we leave it open to the universe, to the quantum field, to bring your results to you in a way that was first and previously unexpected, then that is a beautiful agreement between you and the cosmos, you and the universe, you and the quantum field. So we leave it open to the unknown. However, we can break the circuit by losing faith. We can break the circuit by dropping the ball. We can break the circuit and the link up, as it were, to the quantum field and our desires fulfilled by halting progress and halting our practice of being in this now moment, in your preferred reality, and feeling what it would feel like when your desires are fulfilled. Does that make sense? So we leave our communication to the field open to exploration. However, we are giving it a very finite bandwidth of information to use. This is how I feel in my preferred reality. This is how I choose to feel right now. This is how I feel that it is a natural state or a natural part of my being to experience and express the fulfillment of my desires now. So now, like laser focus precision, the field picks up on that electromagnetic signature that you are broadcasting from your thoughts and your feelings and your internal actions, including your actions in the world. But most importantly, it's your thoughts and your feelings when you marry those together and you become a new state of consciousness. You assume a new state as true, and therein lies the fulfillment of your desires in this now moment. And as I've said in previous podcasts, you string these moments together like a set of pearls, and you wear them in and of and as a new garment, a new identity. Okay? So one of the biggest problems is that we drop the ball. We create a very closed circuit, where we do not remain open to the unknown. We want to control everything. We want to control how it shows up, when it shows up, why it shows up, who it shows up through, or by virtue of how it is presented to you. The controlling aspect of the logical mind, the controlling aspect of the ego, is in of itself there to help protect you. Remember, the controlling aspect is birthed from the setup or the signature that your body is addicted to. And the addiction is all to the past. The last time I went after something like this, the last time I felt this good, it was taken away from me. The last time I went for something, I was let down or rejected. Or the last time I won, the people that I love and who I thought loved me, abandoned me. So we start to close the circuit and we become fearful. And when we become fearful, we become contracted. And when we become contracted, we move from our larger self, our larger concept, into our smaller, finite self. And we close the circuit on new information. So therefore, in wanting to control everything, we are wanting to control the flow of information and the type of information that is being presented to us on a moment-to-moment basis in our internal environment and our external environment. We want to control the universe. We want to control the quantum field. You are the field. When you open the loop and you open communication with the field, you are not just saying, hey, bring me anything and everything. I'm open to it all. No. Maybe you've said that consciously or unconsciously in the past. Just bring me experiences. I'll deal with them when they come. So the refined mind and the masterful mind will now give rise to specifics. This is what I have experienced in the past, or I am currently experiencing, and this is now what I prefer. This is your godliness. This is your divinity expressing itself. Choice. And so now you have choice, infinite choice to experience anything and everything you desire. So we leave the circuit open because we have given a frame of reference for the field to use the electromagnetic signature that we are broadcasting. We are opening the field and allowing the field, opening the circuit rather, and allowing the field to use the specific information that we are impressing upon the subconscious mind. Impressing upon the subconscious mind. So what you go to bed with at night, how you think, act, and feel from your new future, from your preferred reality. So we're not thinking of it. As we think of something, we are thinking of it outside of ourselves. We are thinking of it at a distance. We are thinking of it in a third-dimensional or two-dimensional picture. When we think from it and we feel from the end, we are thinking and feeling fourth and fifth dimensionally. So when we feel from a state that is preferred and we continue to encourage that state as the natural state of being, as the natural state of consciousness, then we build a chemical bond, a new chemical contract in our body that represents our magnetizing principle. So the body, as the subconscious mind, will now be upgraded to the new way of being. Making sense? So if you do something, you have a practice that lasts for a day, or 3 or 4 days, or a week, or maybe a month, or 2 weeks, and then it drops off and you think it's not working, I'm impatient, I'm not seeing any evidence of change. Or if there is change occurring, it's not happening fast enough, or I'm not seeing it and matching it up with my preferred reality, so I'm rejecting it. By you doing that, you are closing the circuit. Open the circuit and become one. Becoming one does require attention. It does require awareness. It does require practice. So what do I mean by one? I mean that there is no difference vibrationally at a level of frequency between who you believe you are and the electromagnetic signature that you are broadcasting to the field around you and the field itself. So it becomes like for like, match for match. So open the circuit and fulfill your own desires as the one. Open the circuit, strengthen your relationship with the field, and focus on one single core frequency that epitomizes your desires fulfilled. So as I've said in previous episodes, maybe you've strung a set of pearls together from your past unconsciously that resemble or exhibit the frequency, or using the frequency of stress. Or maybe it's using the frequency of rejection or abandonment or survival. And so you can find evidence of it in the outside world, in your money, in your business, in your family, in your relationships, in your health, in the way of thinking and your state of being. And you'll say, wow, I can see that there is this thread, this frequency of stress or survival or abandonment or rejection or unworthiness appearing in many, many facets of my life. And so as I identify that, I am now looking at everything as an expression of frequency, not an expression of the individual. Let me explain that. So all of a sudden I'm looking around in my life and I'm saying, in the past, up to this moment, or in the recent moments, I've now witnessed, observed, and acknowledged that this frequency pattern that I have been running is expressed through certain people that are intimate to me, family or partners or work colleagues, whatever it may be. Maybe it's to strangers. Maybe it's in what would seem like a random series of events, like parking tickets or speeding fines or whatever it may be. And the moment you place attention on the person, the gender, the age, the relationship, as long as you place attention on the object and thing itself, you are missing the mark. So you look for the golden thread, and the golden thread is the operant frequency, the prime frequency that is running and governing your reality unconsciously. So now you can observe that, and you're saying, okay, I've lived in a very closed loop environment because I have tried to escape this frequency and escape the results of this frequency, the effects from the cause, the frequency being the cause, me expressing that as the frequency, or that as the belief that this is myself, this is my identity that's creating this. And now I can give rise and give preference to what I do prefer. So instead of carrying the frequency of survival and stress and abandonment or unworthiness, I can now look to what I want to experience, even though there's part of me that may disbelieve its potential because I haven't experienced it in the world of objects and things as much as I would have liked in order to affirm that it is possible for me. Even though I'm still looking for evidence that what I want exists and what I want is actually possible for me in my life. So now you give preference. This is the new frequency. I want the frequency of peace. I want the frequency of abundance. I want the frequency of joy, whatever it may be. So now you are building out your future through the intentions you want to fulfill. So through the desires that you want fulfilled, and you think, wow, now I can see there's a golden thread here. That going back to the example of having a new career, or maybe it's increasing your money flow, maybe it's having all your bills and all your living expenses paid on time, in full, and maybe in advance. There is a relief frequency. There is a frequency of freedom. There is a frequency of joy or peace or abundance. And now when I look at my intentions and I say I want the bills paid on time, I want a better career that fits better with my unique gifts, talents, and abilities. I want to surround myself with people that lift me up and inspire me and encourage me because I do the same for them. Now the intentions match the frequency. So now when I open the loop to the field and become one and practice this single union between me, the concept of me, the self, with the greater I, which is the field, the greater I am, now I am making it very, very simple. I bring myself to a point of awareness. I am aware that I'm aware that this frequency exists because I have chosen to experience it. And unless I chose to experience it, it did not exist for me in that moment. But the moment I chose to experience it, the moment I rested my awareness upon it, it exists. That's the infinite potential of an open loop. Okay? So now when you're doing your guided meditation or visualization or your presentation, then you're actually focusing on that feeling. So the body is the subconscious mind. You're now training the body to feel the frequency of relief, feel the frequency of abundance, without necessarily placing it on objects and things. So now we're saying, I am the frequency of peace. I am peace. I am abundance. And now as I feel abundance, what would abundance feel like? What would it feel like? And you entertain it, and you engage it, and you strengthen it, and you play with it. And by giving greater attention and energy, to it, you are now resting your awareness completely and wholly on this new experience. And you do not place, you're not giving any attention or any energy to your past. You may get evidence of the past still existing in the outside world until it burns off. Does it burn off when someone else says that you're ready? No, it burns off when you have done the work and it ceases to exist as a wound, as a pain point, or as a grievance in your body. So when you are thinking about closed loop and open loop is infinite. Closed loop is finite. Open the loop, open yourself to the unknown, open yourself to the potentials that exist well beyond your concept of what is possible for you and what you feel in this moment you are capable of experiencing or attracting or magnetizing to you. Open yourself and become one. Your single common frequency, your common thread is that So is that relief or stability or abundant frequency, whatever one you want to choose, that's what you are expressing. So your electromagnetic signature that is being broadcast to the field, picked up by the field through the open loop, singular, focused, internal dialogue and coupling, as you could call it, or relationship with the field, now you are looking upon the world not for evidence to prove you wrong. You are looking to observe evidence that you are right. Evidence that this frequency that you have now chosen exists, and watch the magic unfold. Watch the little changes and nuances in the world of objects and things, people, places, events, and circumstances. So lean into this, go back and listen to it again. If you need some more little downloads or insights to pop more strongly or more evidently for you. Hope you enjoyed this episode. See you in the next one. From me here to wherever you are in the cosmos, remember to dream a better dream. See you in the open loop field.